up and praise Him. What a great Saturday, or I should say glorious Saturday, to the praise of His glory. And what I mean by that is it's absolutely providential Saturday. I thought it was just going to be a typical Saturday, but the Lord had other plans. So what I mean by that is, okay, so I did my normal routine, went down to get my coffee 6 o'clock in the morning, and went down to my favorite spot on the Hudson and just reading. Piper's written just a wonderful trio, and these books are to be read together. First one is The Peculiar Glory. The title of the book is Peculiar Glory, and what it's about is the canon and the evidence for the inspiration of the canon. All these things are must reads because all these things, unbelievers, it's just in their inability to comprehend anything, will just object to anything. And it's one of the first things they bring up. So that's the first book in the trio. The second book is Reading the Bible Supernaturally. I'm still anxious to get back to that. I've just kind of perused that one and not read it thoroughly. And then the last one I'm reading right now, it's called Preaching or Expository Exaltation, or Preaching with Passion, getting to the core, to the nugget of the scriptures. Absolutely, common sense, because so many preachers nowadays will get into application and just go on and on and on about anything but the scriptures. I want to know what the scriptures say, and I want to dig deep as possible. But anyway, did all that, and then listen to some Piper's. I'm listening to audio of Piper preaching through Hebrews, and today was a very emotional, very touching, very heartfelt sermon on chapter 13, the last chapter, where the author says, let's go outside the gate. Let's go outside the gate with Christ. For the joy that was set before him, Christ went outside the gate. Let's go out with him. And what that means, as Piper's preaching, is we move away from comfort towards service or love, or whatever word you want to use that's opposite of comfort. So move away from comfort, go outside the gate with him, and move towards the suffering, whatever you want to label, whatever you want to put in there. And so, one of my prayers, everyday prayers, is wisdom and opportunity. Well, they're not answered every single day, but today it was just, everything was providential. It was miraculous. Just before I was going to leave the Hudson River, my little park down there, I was going to go over to my normal stop at Luke's Locker and pick up a Sunday outfit and a sandwich and some chips, whatever. And so I did that, but right before I left to go over there, this guy, homeless guy, I just noticed, and all he had on looked like just underwear or shorts or whatever. He didn't have on much. And so I asked him, got to talk to him for a minute or two, and I asked him, I said, look, I'm going over here. Can I pick you up some clothes and some food? And so that's what I did. And so we just had a nice meal together. He got his new shirt for him, is new, and got his new pants and a couple pairs of socks. And then this guy had gone through some surgery, and when people don't have any money, they just put him out on the street. And I was asking him, "Are you able to sleep? Are you in any pain?" And he had just gotten out of the hospital, reconstructive hip surgery, and he had some prescriptions he needed to pick up. And there's no way this guy's moving around. He's not mobile. And so he needed a phone, and God blessed me with this phone. Thank you, my Lake Dallas friends. And so he called in his prescriptions. I went and got those for him, 3 prescriptions. I think one of them was a couple bucks. I told him not to worry about it. Got that for him. So I told him I'd come. He got his. So we got food. He's got clothing. He's got his medicine. He's got his Matthew 6:25. All the things that he wanted. And so I was very, very happy, obviously, that God had given me opportunity, because that's one thing I really enjoy. And so anyway, I rode the 40-block trip back up here to my house, if you can call it that, Central Park, which, by the way, we'll take a quick look around. Anyway, on the way back here, I ran into this stuff laying on the ground, and it was just like new stuff, like nothing I could really use. It was like a brand new extension cord, a brand new compass, just very random things, 2, 3, 4 things. And no big deal. So I pick them up. I'm just going to look them over when I get back to my place here. And so I'm just entering the entrance here where all the vendors are. And this guy, it's almost like he's waiting for me. That's what the whole miracle of it was. And long story short, I sell him 3 of those things, and I get 12 bucks out of it. And one of the other items was coffee, of all things. And he takes his coffee over to a friend of his who runs the hot dog stand. And so he gives him the coffee, and I get a Diet Coke. And, I'm saying, sure. I get a Diet Coke, a hot dog, bring all that down here. And so just, none of this is expected. Who expects this stuff? Man, nobody. So anyway, the miracle of having the opportunity, the miracle of finding this random brand new stuff on the sidewalk, the miracle of seemingly somebody's just waiting for me as I'm entering Central Park, buys this random stuff, gives me $12, takes this coffee over to his friend gives me a nice bite to eat, hot dog, New York hot dog, and Diet Coke. And so hey, hallelujah, get them up and pray. Oh! But it's just been a wonderful week. Sent a couple of texts off. I sent one. No, that was yesterday. I sent one to Bill, who's giving me the information for the pastor in the state of Maine, and then sent a text off to the other pastor, Das, the Bangladeshi pastor, requesting that he can be of whatever assistance he can be in the application process. Application process being a letter of recommendation, and hopefully all this will equal maybe not an indeterminate amount of time to be able to go over there, but more time than I could probably just get randomly. So hallelujah to the Lamb. God bless everybody. Thank you for your prayers. They're obviously working. Keep them coming. Get them up and pray, live!